America, fill my phone and welcome to another video. Today is a fun day because I recently found out that Pabllo Vittar dropped a new album. I think Pabllo's account had been like shadow banned from me or something like that because I had followed her the whole time, but I literally couldn't even search her up and see it. I had to go onto an alternative account and share a recent post from her in order to see what's going on in her life. And I found out from one of my subscribers that Batidão Tropical Volume 2 exists. What? My favorite Pabllo Vittar album got a sequel? And it's 14 songs, 34 minutes, nearly 35, and isn't that her longest project so far? I'm not quite sure, but I'm just excited to get into new Pabllo Vittar with you guys. I feel like it'll be perfect for the warmer weather here, the increased daylight. It'll be great. So I'm excited to get into it with you. Thank you for requesting this video. And anyway, let's just get into it. Disclaimer as always, I don't know Portuguese, the Brazilian variant, or the Portuguese variant. I visited Lisbon since the last time I reacted to Pabllo Vittar, which was an absolute wonderful time. But I still don't know Portuguese. So I will be looking up translations after each song to try to get some sort of meaning out of these, as well as just vibing to the songs as they come. With that, track number 1 is Pra Te Esquecer. Okay. Ooh, we're back. Ooh, Corazon. It's already got such a good beat to it. Ooh, it's got more intense. I feel like the temperature's just rising in here. Ooh, so smooth. Ooh, that's a fun effect. So that was Pra Te Esquecer, and that translates to In Order to Forget You. And that was a lovely way to start. And it's been a minute since I've really listened to Pabllo. I've been, again, very lyric focused in a lot of my songs lately, and as a result, a lot of songs that aren't in English kind of fell to the wayside. But I'm back into good music, and yes, it's lovely. If I recall correctly, and it's been a minute since I listened to Batidão Tropical, and especially since I analyzed lyrics, but a lot of it was, I believe, finding an issue with a partner and then moving on. I feel like that's a common trend within Pabllo Vittar's music, is we're either having fun or we're trying to get over heartbreak. And I remember that album in particular, was there songs like that she had cheated or she had done some messy things, and so she had to get out. So I think that's where we had left off. And so if this is a continuation of that, then I would say this starts off with the sense of, I can't be with you anymore. I need to forget you, and I need to find someone new. Great way to start off an album. We'll see how she fares on that journey. As long as really like, oh, this relationship doesn't work. I think it might even be past tense. It didn't work, and I need to get over you. I'm not quite sure where in that, but yeah. It's a great song sonically and lyrically, so I think we're in for a treat today. Track number 2 is Idiota. I'm gonna assume I know what that means. Ooh, this has a little deeper, intense feelings. 2, 3, and we go. Hey. Ooh, those drums, those bongos probably, I think, they're great. Oh, I'm obsessed with these drums. The percussive hits are hidden. Okay, a little techno brega influence. Da, 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 da. Hey. Oh, I like those. It just makes me sway. It's good. Vita. So that was Idiota. And I thought she was gonna be angry and calling someone else an idiot. But no, it's about herself. She is going back to her ex and, having certain interactions and encounters with them. and she feels bad that she's doing that. She says it's not good for her that she keeps going back to this person who wronged her. Are all human at the end of the day. I totally understand where she's coming from, but I hope she gets to move on throughout this album. Yeah, this song was lovely. I enjoyed a lot of the elements of it, some of the classical elements, some of the more, I don't know, synthetic touches to it. Yeah, it was a good song. I liked the drops. I really was mesmerized by the percussion. I think they were bongos, and they were just very good. I really enjoyed them, and I'm excited to hear it again in the near future. Track number 3 is Pede, Ficar, in parentheses, listen to your heart. I don't know if it's a direct translation or not. We'll look up after the fact. Oh, whoa. This also feels very nighttime, but still when it's nice and warm out. You're definitely in an outdoor venue. Oh, I like that muffled vocal. Yes. So that was Pede, Ficar, and that actually doesn't translate to listen to your heart. It translates to ask me to stay, which makes a lot more sense with the song and the lyrics. I'm not really sure why it's in parentheses, listen to your heart. The song is really about her realizing, hey, I really can't be without your touch and your love, even though you haven't really shown a lot of love to me. She's definitely still in her moody, definitely still in the thick of it. She has not moved on in the least bit. She does not want to move on. And it's definitely going to tear her apart. This definitely reminds me of Say Don't Go from 1989, Taylor's version. This has a similar vibe to it. I think of them both as nighttime songs, and I think also just the idea of, oh, if you asked me to stay or you said don't go, then I would stay forever with you. I would be forever with your love. And yeah, it seems like it's not being reciprocated, and that can be hard, for sure. For sure. Just on my first listen, I don't know why, but sonically I wasn't fully as connecting with it. There were some moments that were exciting, but I don't know, I wasn't as tied to it as the past 2 songs, and I don't know why that is, but maybe another listen will change that. But for now, it's not necessarily the one that instantly grabs me. Track number 4 is Rubi featuring Will Love. Ooh, we're getting techno-ish. Oh, okay. Techno Brega in the building. She's going fast. Okay, well. I just feel like this is chaotic. Oh, was that like a coin sound from like a Mario game? That was Rubi. That was chaotic. I don't think, even if I knew Portuguese, I would have understood those lyrics originally, because they were so fast and the production was louder. And oh gosh, I can still hear like, yeah, chaos in my head. It makes me a bit anxious. The song is saying I'm done with you. Great, I'm glad. But it's also duet-wise, I'm wondering if they're both saying like, I'm through with you. You can find someone else on the dance floor. I saw you with one of these DJs. I don't know if they're calling out these specific DJs that they normally have produced their music or normally perform with at clubs. I'm not quite sure. I don't know the lore on it, but there's a lot of DJs referenced here. So I don't really know that. Maybe you can enlighten me in the comments below. This one definitely took some getting used to, and I don't think I actually got used to it fully. So I think definitely a song I will need more time with in order to see how much I enjoy it. It was a lot. And I don't know, I feel like I like the more relaxed, sunshiny vibes. But it can still be upbeat, but definitely are not like, ugh. I don't know. That's how I kind of felt throughout that song. Will Love, I mean, matched energy for sure of Pabllo on it, but I don't know if this is the energy I wanted matched. Number 5 is São Amores. Ooh, okay, just start us off like that. Ooh, this is the chill upbeat vibes I was referencing. Hey, I really like how she's projecting her voice here. Ooh, those hits? Yes. Ooh. What are you doing here? Oh, I like that. So that was São Amores. I like this one a lot. I think I really like this one. This one's good. This one is just very good. Had the sonic elements I really like. I don't know, this tropical sound, but upbeat can still be great also. But yeah, it wasn't too much ever, but it was fun. There was the haze and the haze. Yeah, great time. And lyrically, the song is also really special, honestly. This song is about, hey, I see you over there, my friend, and you're crying over this guy. Ugh, we've all been there, right? And saying those are loves and they hurt and they make you do all these crazy things and make you think in such not helpful and unhealthy ways, but you'll move on and you'll see that that was just an interesting chapter in your life and that you will find your joy and your happiness in the future. This one's lovely. I think it's very helpful for someone who can be very anxious ridden about that type of stuff like me. It's a lovely sound for it too. So I really like it, and it also shows, I guess, potentially that she's moving on. I don't know if she's thinking about it as talking to herself or if she is just talking to a friend in this situation. But I really appreciate it, and I think it's a good sound. It definitely is still rooted in the sense of heartbreak or just stress and heartache and all that, but it is having a much more uplifting tone about it and allowing us to move forward. Love it. Track number 6 is Me Usa. Ooh, where are we going? Okay, I feel very oceanic right now. Yeah, this just feels very wavy in production and her vocals. Hey. Ooh, the timbre in her voice is just gorgeous. Smooth. Oh, bravo music. I feel like we're either still in the ocean or launching into space. Oh, very radio station vibes. So that was Me Usa. And that was a lovely song. It was definitely like this wavy and groovy, like, I just feel like I'm by the ocean and have the radio on. And I say the radio on because the Bravo music and Pabllo Vittar, Batidão Tropical Volume 2, those moments were a bit loud, and it definitely was not necessarily what I wanted for the track. I understand feeling the vibes of the tropical beat and putting the radio in, but it was just really loud. It reminded me, I've gone to a couple carnivals here in Germany, and on a lot of the rides at these fairs, they'll midway through a song just like have some random ad-libs about, you know, you going super high or the ride's gonna get faster, or just random ad-libs or just making stuff up as they go. And it was just a bit loud, for at least in the mixing for me. But this song is lovely sonically, lyrically. I don't know how much I can say on here without risking demonetization, but this is a romantic or intimate type song. She wants her partner to have it their way. We'll just say that for now. Sonically, I vibe with it. Lyrically, not really my style. Track number 7 is Now Vou Te Deixar, in parentheses, I don't want to get hurt. Me neither. Ooh, sudden. This features Gaby and Amarantos, by the way. I feel like there's a tension building. Are we gonna release it? Ooh, it got softer. I'm expecting a giant drop this point. I was not expecting that. Okay, here's Gaby. Oh, that rasp. I really like the chorus. That's definitely my favorite part of the song. So that was Now Vou Te Deixar, in parentheses, I don't want to get hurt. I don't know why it's called I don't want to get hurt in parentheses. That is not the title of it in Portuguese. Não vou te deixar translates to I will not leave you, and that's what the song is about. Really, like, I don't know how I would live without you, how I would lose you, like what I would do if I lost you. I can't give you up in any way. I'm fully deep in love. Wow. A lot of emotions on this album. We've gone to I can't be without him, to I can be without him, to I can't be without him. I don't know if this is the same hymn. I don't know. I know that most of the songs, if I remember right, are not necessarily written by Pabllo. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily from her own personal experience on that. I don't know at all. But the song, I really like the chorus especially. Gaby, I like her rasp, like her moments where she accents sounds. That is quite lovely. I think I like the song. Can't relate to it at all. But I do like the song. I do enjoy it, especially the chorus. I think I will enjoy the verses enough to get us to the chorus. The chorus is really that good. Track number 8 is Faixa 8. Not really sure how to say many numbers in Portuguese. One day I probably will learn. But this is under a minute, so it looks like it's going to be more of an interlude. So let's enjoy it. Oh, why does this sound like a beginning of a trap beat? Oh, Pabllo is saying some stuff. Techno brega, yeah. Love it. Alright then. So that was Faixa 8. And that was just an interlude that exists. It seems like she just wants to thank everyone who is listening as well as helped her make this project. She asked what our favorite so far is. So far for me, I do like São Amores. That's my favorite so far. Yeah, that is. The features nice. Sometimes they match energy in a way that I don't necessarily want that energy matched. But we will see how the project continues. This is definitely an interlude. Not really something that I'm interested in really returning to. She did say at the start of it, it translated to the song here is not ready to listen yet. I don't know if that just means like track number 9 that we're going to do, or if actually there will be a song replacing there. I know for Noitada, there was a song that was added like a day after I did my reaction, so I didn't actually react to it ever. I wonder if she's going to add songs later for 8, 10, and 14. I guess when we get to those interludes. I don't know what Faixa means. It does not mean interlude, but I'm not getting a good translation on the internet, so please share with me what you know down in the comments below. But yeah, I would say, yeah, it's just an interlude. I'm intrigued to see if there is new songs coming later to this project that I will have to be on the lookout for. Track number 9 is Falta Coragem featuring Taty Girl. Giving accordion. Oh, she came in very smoothly. I also thought it was Pabllo. Ooh, I like those hits at the end. So that was Falta Coragem, and that means lacking courage. And this song is about lacking the courage to say how much you really deeply love them. Though she doesn't lack the courage to tell them in this song. So just send the MP3. You got it, girl. I think I enjoy this song. It's definitely a song that I need to play again. I don't feel like I was fully connected to it as much. I did like the feature of Taty Girl. She's fun. Enjoy her. Yeah. Falta Coragem. It's a vibe. Definitely fits within the album. I'm not sure if it stands out necessarily within the project, though. I also am not madly in love with anyone at the moment, so I don't think the song really relates to me on a personal note at the current moment in time. Track number 10 is Faixa 10. I guess we will figure out what theory makes more sense.
Eu tô cansada só de te ver dançar.
What you laughing about? I like this beat. So that was Faixa 10, and I assume it's the latter of the elements of the song isn't ready yet. We'll get it out to you when you want to, which is very chaotic for an album. I mean, I know that there's projects that get a deluxe later that are important to the overall story. And, you know, there's people who do those EPs that then turn into an album altogether because they want to hear things at times. But I feel like in the middle of a track list is very chaotic. She says she's tired of watching us dance and giving references to certain areas of Brazil, giving references to certain musical styles. But she's like, in the meantime, enjoy the album. I'm really confused. I think it makes the Falta Coragem in the middle kind of awkward because we have these two not fully done tracks on either side. Yeah, it's odd, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't think I particularly care for these interludes. I do appreciate her chatting with us. I feel like her checking in with us before and after a 2.5-minute song is kind of an odd sequencing. So, I don't know. Not my personal favorite. I don't know. Maybe there were other songs that were not here until later. I don't know that for sure. But maybe certain songs are getting released routinely. And yeah, I don't know. But at this current moment, today is May 4th. I'll probably get this out to you within the next week. I do have some traveling to do. So I don't know. With 8, 10, and probably 14, I won't have that probably in my reaction just because of when I'm listening to it. And I don't know if I'll get around to reacting to them properly for you guys. I think I don't know. It's an odd choice, but we'll see what we figure out with the 14 at the end and what you guys tell me in the comments below. Track number 11, Nas Ondas de Radio. Why does it sound like the Stranger Things theme? Oh, upbeat moment. Ooh, I like how the song is going. Yeah, sing, girl. Hey, and we're back in it. As she says that, I feel like she keeps saying, "This ain't me." So that was Nas Ondas do Radio, and that translates to On the Radio Waves. And this one is either a love song to us or a love song to just a person. Yeah, this one's sweet, saying, oh, you know, I want to tell you how much I love you. All these other ways didn't work. In the way that she talks about Falta Coragem, I'm trying to tell you that I love you, but it's very difficult. I don't have the courage for it. This one, I don't know if it's about that. It's either connected to that or it's just saying, hey, if you hear me on the radio and you feel moved by the song, it's you who I love, which is also just saying that she loves her fans. She loves anyone who's listening to her and feeling moved by her music, which is very sweet. I really like the song sonically as well as lyrically. And yeah, it's a nice song to get us back on track. I feel like these Faishas have kind of thrown me for a loop a bit. And yeah, I'm excited to get back into the project. Track number 12, Ai Mega Príncipe. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, all right then. Hey. What are you doing there, girl? She's going singing and kind of rapping. Oh, muffler? Hey. Okay, girl, say your name. Oh my god, it scared me. So that was Ai Mega Príncipe, and that was a good song. Definitely for the festivals. This is very much for that. You can see people singing along for it, and the part that I was saying was really fast after the I was I will do the P which is a reference to this gesture. Hopefully it's not offensive in any way. I don't mean that in any way that's negative, but it seems like it's supposed to represent the person who DJs the event, Mega Príncipe, who, you know, has the P in his name. And so as a result, you're doing that to kind of show your appreciation and to highlight and enhance the event. Kind of when you clap like on beat for certain things, or snap on beat, or yeah, just in terms of keeping the vibes up. And that's what the song is also really about. She's tired of contacting this person that is not giving her the time of day, and she's gonna move on. She's gonna hang and go to this festival, and she is going to enjoy it, and she might have some fun with the people, and she's not gonna think twice about her person back home at all. I don't even know if it's a person back home or if it's just like a situationship. Not really the knowledge I have, but yeah, the song vibed. Definitely still gives me this like, we're listening to this on the radio. This is like a very much I'm listening to just vibes on a radio sometimes. And while, you know, Pabllo is glorious and lovely and her voice is angelic, I feel like sometimes on this album we're getting songs where it's like, oh yeah, that's a good, safe radio song to chill vibes, but it's not experimental in that we're gonna mess up a vibe at any point. I don't really see that happening here. Definitely there's some blends of genres. I'm not saying it's not experimental at all, but I think it's definitely still like keeping the mood up during the whole time of this project, not really ever having a moment where we're going a little too extreme. We're not getting the Raja Dow Alice Glass remix here. That is not what we're getting. Track number 13, Now Desligue o Telefone, featuring Maderito. Based on what I've experienced the past 2 times we had the Faixa, this might be the last proper track I'm listening to in this reaction, because we have the Faixa 14, which is 40 seconds. So, with all of that, let's get into the last track that's definitely over a minute. We'll say that for sure. Feels like some stars coming out. Oh, okay. Oh, what are we going with? Okay, maybe our experimenting a bit. That hit feels like something that would have been used by Sophie. It kind of feels almost video game soundtrack. So that was Now Desligue o Telefone, and that was a good vibe. I liked the experimentation on it. It feels a little short. Maderito's verse was maybe 15-20 seconds. That was pretty short, I'll say. Yeah, but it was enjoyable. The song is her saying, please don't hang up the telephone. I'm sorry if I messed up, though. If I did mess up, it's because you didn't really love me. But Maderito is like, no, I'm hanging up the telephone. I need you out of my head, out of my bed, all of that. Definitely leaves some unanswered questions in terms of how her relationship ends up in the end. Not really quite sure on that. But yeah, we will see how we wrap up with our final track is track number 14 of Ficha 14. I'm hoping there's some sort of conclusion here. So it's Ficha 14, and just as I suspected, yeah, it's a song that we're not ready to hear yet. I don't even know if I actually said anything during that entire 40 seconds, because I didn't really have anything to say. She was just talking, and I don't know Portuguese still. Sorry. That definitely leaves the album on a bit of an unfinished note. And so, yeah, let's just get into my altogether thoughts. With that said, we have finished the album, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I have to say, yeah, this is an interesting project. I do like the vibes of it. It definitely is something that I think I enjoy a little more, and definitely more in the style that I like from Pabllo Vittar. I like my hyper pop or my experimental moments also from her, but I think she shines brighter, and it definitely feels like it's much more in her wheelhouse when she goes into this Batidão Tropical sound. I think like Fun Tonight remix definitely is probably one of my most played songs from Pabllo Vittar. I have some others that I like. I always forget the names of them because, again, they're not my native language, but I do really like many songs that she does that are definitely in this genre, in this wheelhouse. I am altogether glad that I am getting those in this project. That said, I think this project, as well as Noitada, I think my issues with them is that they somehow feel a little rushed to some degree, in that Noitada, I remember, was just so short, and also one of the songs got delayed, and I think that one I just looked up is the one that has the music video for it. So you had your big moment ready for the song, and that was the one that needed more time, then delay it. I don't see a lot of the promo of it, oh, it's going to be on this day, it's going to come out then. You don't have to have it come out that time. You can wait. Like, we have plenty of music from you, Pabllo. Your career does not rely on you pushing out a new album to us every year. It's okay. You can delay a little bit if that's going to mean that the songs are going to get done. Noitada, I think my issue was that the album was so short. It was extremely short. The songs didn't have a moment to breathe. And this album does give the songs a chance to breathe, but I think the 3 songs that are fully not there, I don't know. Like, I understand the idea of let's evolve this project over time, sure. But I think having them in the middle of the track list is confusing to me. And especially just releasing the album. Like, if I want to buy the album, I don't know if you sell physical copies. I don't know what the physical copy landscape is like in Brazil, if you guys are vinyl fans, if you guys are CD fans. But the waiting period on it, when you have the majority of an album here, but there's some songs that are in key moments in it, I don't know, I wouldn't want to listen to this album front to back with those interludes of the songs aren't ready yet. It hampers a bit of the vibe for me. And I think also lyrically, I like some of the directions she's going and being so love-struck or trying to leave a toxic relationship, definitely within her wheelhouse. I think, however, this project is a little less focused in terms of the story. I don't fully remember the story of Batidão Tropical, the original, I'll be honest there. But I do remember that it felt like we reached a conclusion through this project. And I think the idea of this project is more continuing the sounds of the previous project rather than trying to make a cohesive narrative. And that's okay. But I think when you call something Batidão Tropical Volume 2, for example, you're going to think very similarly within the Volume 1. I think the same is true for Pink Friday and Pink Friday 2. I think for me, as someone who has enjoyed Nicki Minaj's music, not her current beefs that she's done and not her husband in any way, but I think part of me was a bit disappointed by the sequel in that it just felt very unfocused, and some songs do feel a little unnecessary, not as intentional. The sequel is not always as intentional as the first, which I think is actually very true with many sequels, but it is going to bring it down a bit for me rather than bring it up for me as being associated with a project that I really enjoy. I think it's a bit less focused. I feel like they're putting some music down, we're putting some lyrics down. It's good, but it doesn't feel as focused or narrative driven or as mind-blowing as Batidão Tropical was for me. So it's definitely not my favorite from her. I will definitely like Batidão Tropical, the original, more, but I do like getting some more songs in her repertoire, and also some ones that aren't feeling like commercial pushes. I think certain albums that are more of the hyper pop or pop, or when she feels like she needs to go into some English or another language that she is trying to just commercialize and just going in it for money, for bringing in more audience. And I do liked how Batidão Tropical was a great album that was great on its own and not in the sense of just, oh, we need more people to enjoy this project. That project, I remember, was fully in Portuguese. I believe it's one of her only ones that's fully in Portuguese, and this one is also fully in Portuguese. And I think allowing these types of projects to be made, even if they don't necessarily have the widest commercial appeal in terms of being in English or having more standard pop sounds. I like that. It's something that's nice and refreshing to hear someone just be fully into their roots and into their influences and not feel like they have to make the next number one hit in America. So while I don't think this is her best project necessarily, it definitely is a project that I'm glad that she made, and I hope that those other songs get released in due time so that when you put an album on shuffle or all the way through, you don't have to be skipping or waiting through these few seconds that are just kind of there. They're not really my thing personally. I do wonder, please let me know if there were other songs that were missing and that got added later. I'm not quite sure, but it does seem to be doing well on Spotify, the album, and people are really enjoying it. I am enjoying the songs. I just don't think as an album necessarily it's the most album. It definitely feels more playlisty, but all within a consistent sound and not as necessarily this is the track order and this is as intentional as we want to be. But the features are good. Her voice is still iconic as always. The sound is generally good. It just doesn't surprise me or get me as excited for Pabllo Vittar as her first installment of this series. With that said, here are some of my favorites. At the top tier are the songs I love, the standouts, the ones I've been playing over and over. Songs in the middle are songs I like, all of them to playlist, but they might not be the top of the top. And songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean they're a bad song, doesn't mean you can't like it. Just means it's not for me, and that's okay. Pabllo Vittar does not make this music for wide commercial appeal, but I'll still be vibing and jamming. Anyway, I'm not putting the Faishas in here. I don't want to, because the songs don't exist. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below, show you to react to or do next on my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.